the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
ThaBoxingvoice.com, live here with James Rushton, CEO of DAZN.
DAZN, that's right, yeah.
So obviously I wanted to ask, how long have you been working at getting Anthony Joshua? Like Eddie Hearn said, he is the biggest face in boxing. So how long has this been in the works?
Listen, we've been speaking to Eddie and his team for a long time about a load of fighters, and obviously including AJ. But these things come together quite last minute, as they always do. You can't sort of walk into AJ or any fighter and say, hey, we want you to broadcast your fight until that fight is made. The fight was only made sort of a few days ago, 10 days ago. So the final negotiations happened then. But no, we're delighted that AJ is part of the family. We're delighted to be broadcasting him exclusively live on DAZN on the 22nd of September here in the States.
Now, was that always the plan when initially going at Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, or did they come to you?
Oh no, listen, we've known Eddie a long time. We've been working with them around all sports that Matchroom have for over a decade. And so the attraction of working with Eddie is not about one fighter. It's not about an AJ or any Kell Brook or any of the fantastic fighters that he has on the stable. It's about what these guys do, how they've sort of changed boxing in Europe, in particular the UK, and how together we can do the same here in the States. The fact that AJ is arguably the biggest name in boxing right now, potentially be a global superstar, is obviously a nice advantage, it's a nice benefit, but it's not the reason why we work with Matchroom at all.
Now, how much of the questions can you answer in terms of the inner workings of the boxing department? Because you've signed a few fighters, so now we have to wonder who do they face, and is it going to be possible due to politics?
Yeah, so I mean, you're probably asking the wrong person, because I'm obviously not a boxing promoter. I think my answer would be yes, it will be possible, because what I love about boxing and fight sports, not just boxing, is that unlike soccer or NFL or NRB, where these guys sign for 4, 5, 6 years, multi-million-dollar contracts, fighters don't. Fighters have, what, 3 fight deals, 4 fight deals, 2 fight deals. So listen, we're going to get the talented boxers onto our service, because what we're doing is different. We've got a huge war chest to go out there and get that talent in, and ultimately money talks in this game. So I think we will put on some amazing shows. Will those amazing shows include headline fights from this October? Absolutely. Who they will be, that's not for me to answer. That's one for Eddie.
Now, what you can answer is, for a U.S. fight fan, what would you say the difference in DAZN and the ESPN Plus, which came out a couple of weeks before you guys kind of try to steal the thunder?
Yeah, they did a bit, didn't they? Yeah. No, I mean, listen, we know the guys over at ESPN and ESPN Plus. They're a great business and great guys. I think the difference between what DAZN is compared to an ESPN Plus or any other network that has a streaming service, this is all we do. We're not trying to buy rights and then put some of them onto our streaming services and some of them on our net. This is our primary broadcast platform. We are spending billions of dollars purely for DAZN. So the big difference that you'll see over time between DAZN and an ESPN Plus or whoever else is the quality of fights, the quality of shows that we will be putting on. It'll be far bigger and far better than anyone, ESPN or anyone else can compete with us.
Now, who ultimately has the say on what is a pay-per-view worthy event for DAZN?
It's not a science. It's more of an art. I mean, listen, there's a way of working that between ourselves and Matchroom. A bunch of my executives work with the Matchroom executives, and we have a good old-fashioned argument, and eventually we come to an agreement of what is a quality pay-per-view event. Obviously, the Matchroom guys and the Bellator guys know their sport inside out. We don't need to teach them to suck eggs. They understand what a big fight is. At the same time, we understand what we need to generate subscribers and what story we need to tell in the market. So listen, occasionally there's a bit of creative conflict. That's good. That's what doing business and being in a partnership is all about. But basically, it boils down to a couple of executives on both sides getting in the room and thrashing it all out.
So are you pleased with the announcement, the rollout, the amount of people that came, the reception,
Yeah,
how everyone is interpreting things?
I'm really pumped. Hopefully you've enjoyed the event. I mean, it's we were hoping for 70, 80 people. I think 220 have turned up. I like to think that's because I was speaking on stage, which is probably because of AJ. And generally the reception that we've got to not just the fighters we brought on stage, but actually what we stand for, this fans first business, trying to offer fight fans a better deal, trying to change this, the ecosystem that is so much based on pay-per-view revenues, has been received really well. I mean, we'll see how it's received in the press the next 24 hours, but the reception in the room has been really positive, and we're very grateful.
Thank you so much for your time and for answering our questions.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.